Well, hello, this is the final boss, and this is Emblem Sunless Vow. It took me quite a few tries to get that right, but somehow, yes, you final boss did it. Let's go ahead and jump in. This is a um, mix of story and roguelike. This is made by an amazing indie dev. You should support your indies, do all those things. Um, Very curious to see what's here, because it is story-based. But apparently there's also combat, which I'm very curious about. We're in a... Oh, it's not working. Hold on. There's a bunch of artwork happening and it's not showing up. This is good feedback for the dev, but let me just... Can I get this to be full screen, please? Move. I'm carrying somebody. Let's try. Oh my gosh, why? Somebody died. There's a lot of really pretty art. I wish you could see it, but the window is freaking out. Properties. We did it. Windows 10 and up. Somebody died. I've carried this person somewhere. That's all I know so far. A little seed. Is that their life force? Honest soul. What is this place? Oh, very cool. That's pretty sweet. The art is fantastic so far. The hills move as though I'm standing still. The ground swims in a morass of color. Even the air is not right. So, one thing I will call out on the writing side is the first few pieces, trusting the art whenever you're in an interactive thing, and like whether it's a comic book, whether it's a video game, whether it's a film, if some other part of the interaction is delivering that part of the story, don't deliver it again in text. I wish I could scroll up. Okay, I can't. Here we go. The hills move though I'm standing still. That is kind of there, but the ground swims in a morass of color. Great descriptive words, but we're already seeing this, and it's already, even like, you could use a GIF if you really wanted to communicate it, but I'm kind of already getting that, and so to some degree, I don't know if you want to restate it in the story, especially at the beginning, right? The first, 5 clicks of a dialogue, they have to matter, and even when I did some writing for a studio that did choose your adventure type games, and they try to get a player to make a choice every 3 to 5 taps. And so you gotta have something hitting on the very first few taps, and it matters. Even the air is not right. With each breath I take, the fresh grip of dread takes hold. Can such a tortured land truly be real? Perhaps this is merely a dream, one more twisted than I've ever known. No, I do not believe I'm sleeping, but if that's the case, I must have been wounded in battle. A head injury. I can't even recall how I arrived. She's got a cool scar. And yet my skin is unbroken. Such situations, one must remain calm and begin retracing their steps. In the meantime. So again, it's actually really interesting. And you'll see this in a lot of games, which is actually, I think normally it's okay. The one downside is that it's a very heavily used trope that almost, less the fact that maybe the story needs it where others don't, but there is a huge propensity in indie game writing to have a character with amnesia. Like literally every other indie game with story elements, there's a character waking up and being like, what's going on? And it's very tempting because the reader's in the same place, or like the player's in the same place where they're entering into a state They don't know what's going on, and they're trying to kind of gather context. Here, buddy, fussing. I might have to go in and check on him. But he just like quiet. He's chilling. Oh yeah, he's chilling. Anyways, I can find an eyewitness. Hey, someone's read Dresden Files. Sorry. I can barely think. Did something go wrong again? Of all the ever-loving, I never had an experiment blow up so hard it sent me into the void. No, it's okay, it's okay. I can figure this out. I can... this is weird. I can't remember any of the variables. No, hang on. This can't be right. Someone must have interfered. You! You're the idiot. Do you even know what you've done? How dare you bring me to a place like this? I know nothing of you or this strange land. How it brings someone into it. Thank you for the follow to me and welcome. But you're, is that right? Well, I should have known. Now that I look closer, you don't show a shred of magical talent. You'd be hard pressed to light a candle. Never mind crossing dimensions. Forget I said anything. This air is making me lightheaded. For a second, I thought you were someone I knew. Hello and welcome. Good, good. Doing the feedback quest, which has been a lot of fun. A lot of really kind indie devs have sent over their stuff, want to review and share and give feedback. Hey, are you just going to keep pointing that thing at me or are you going to say something? So again, another time in visual interactive format, not really pointing at the person. And I know that, like, you know, still has it drawn and it's still in a threatening pose. But that would be, you know, maybe you can still keep waving that thing around. But overall, I would say the dialogue's really strong. The only flags I would give, again, are making sure that you're not restating or conflicting with what is already happening in the visual layer of the medium. And then also, you know, really think through the amnesia trope using that. It's there in so many games. And the last thing I would say is think about bringing in some choices in interaction. Like, you know, in a sense, this is like very much cool. I'm in the jam too. That's awesome. I think I might have just read. I just did the Tavern drunk game, which was fun. The Olaf, like the Sokoban 2.0, which was very cool. So that was fun. But yeah, feel free to send me your game. This might be the last stream I can do, so I'm trying to like get as many in as I can. But if I am able to do more, yeah, send it over. Before getting into swordplay, I would ask you the same. Who are you? Excuse me. Your love for etiquette is plain. My name is... You don't remember, huh? I don't know anything about this. For once. So get that blade out of my face already. If I had done something in bringing us here, clearly you know something. So, the other thing that I think is strong is the dialogue. And I like that. I think I could cover up who is speaking, and I could still know who's talking. And that's a really important piece in dialogue. Is if the character wasn't highlighted, would I know who's speaking? And you're already defining that, right? Like, this character speaks in a very formal, high register of language. How dare you? And this person's a little scrappier, like, come on, oh, darn it, you idiot, you know. So immediately you have different ways of speaking for them. That's not common in a lot of writing. And so it's great to see here, and especially in, you know, a medium where so much has to come across through the text. What is here? I don't know where we are, but any halfway decent image can see that something's not right here. The facets are all wrong. A mysterious term, perhaps it will become clear in time. Interesting. I like this tooltip setup. Is actually really nice. And I think it's, you know, it's funny because my day job is this fantasy sci-fi writer. So I get you have to learn to balance when to bring in a in-world word, a made-up word, right? And this I think is interesting because when you do it in different things, there's always a percentage of your audience that'll be like, well, what, am I supposed to know what this is? Like they just kind of get too confused by it. So this is actually kind of a handy thing to say. Don't worry, this is an in-world term, but we'll talk about it later. And that's exactly what you should do. You should not tell us all about facets right now. We should start getting to the action. I think that's honestly the one scene level feedback I have is we're pushing it out further and further. I would try to see, is there any way to give interaction here? Is there any way for me to make a choice? Even if it's like just a fun flavor text choice that branches right back to the main story, that adds a lot. And remember, like the industry standard, at least in mobile, for these types of visual novels is 3 to 5 clicks per choice. 3 to 5 taps. It's unprecedented. It's dangerous. The facets, yeah. Those old building blocks of time and space. Okay, so we did get a little bit of context. You should at least know what they are, even if you aren't skilled enough to see them. What are they teaching nice these days? Let us set aside that subject for now. How do you know I'd forgotten my name? Answer me. It's not like I knew you'd forgot. It's just... Thing is, I might not remember mine either. All of a sudden I just woke up here and I don't know why. But it can't be good. Did you say something? Oh, that's a problem. Well, of course you don't know. I wasn't really asking you. The Infernal Beast wants for blood. In the current circumstance, that's, I can take care of myself, Let's see how this looks like a taste of this. It just went right through. I know nothing with spells, but I don't like the sound of that. You're saying we can't touch it? It's more than that. This is impossible. That spell sedates living matter. So complete ineffective to be... It's not alive. It's not laughing. Ooh, there's somebody. That's a cool... the art has been fantastic so far. So, props to the developers, artist. Okay, here we are. Click to proceed. Okay. Dead. That is correct. How did you... Though this soul has been robbed of the gift of reason and truth, it yet lives. For now. Ahem. Can I press spacebar? Yay. Okay. I must thank you for your timely assistance. So again, great use of the language. The honest soul is the only soul that talks like that. The two of us are unused to facing such souls in battle. Think nothing of it. I would sooner waste away than lay the claws of death upon another person. I see. In that case, perhaps would you honor us with an introduction? You may call me Spirit. I'm an inhabitant of sorts. I have come to request your aid. An inhabitant of the void? You're trying to tell me there are people who live in this chaotic place? Okay, then I'll bite. If you know so much, then what's going on with the facets in this place? I can't read them at all. It's like someone's covering them up on purpose. Know anything about that, Mr. Inhabitant? Aye. And while we're at it, what's up with that patchwork unstable spell? I've never seen anyone slay beasts that were already dead. They are souls, and I did not destroy. Why would an inhabitant need any help from us, anyways? True, this remain holds a particular affinity towards me. However, that's not enough. As you will soon find, it's not a simple matter of knowing what to do in this place. The barriers of this realm cannot be faced alone. First of all, the cryptic act has got to go. Act. Don't mind them. They have little interest in decency and even less in mutual respect. Miss Insufferable Night is any better. I was trying to get some actual answers out of our all-knowing pink savior. Yes, I did hear the exchange, though I can hardly be called that. So again, still doing a great job with dialogue, register of language. My only other thing, too, is I'm finding, like, I'm having to click through pretty aggressively. Like, I kind of want to get to a combat. I know there's, like, a roguelike mode. I saw it in the menu, and I'm already 15 minutes into the game, and we haven't progressed beyond one mode of it. And I think that's more at the game level where I think you might want to think about your pacing. Where you had a wonderful intro, this great story intro. I think it's actually fantastic. But even in my game, which I do similar things, right? Like we're mixing visual novel and game and more mechanical gameplay in World Seekers. We start with having them both be in very close proximity, and I trimmed my intro. My intro was about 15 minutes when I first wrote it, and I've trimmed it and 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 trimmed it to balance that game better. And I think the game's benefited from it, but it is a horrible process of killing one's darlings. It is not fun, but at least in my game's case, it was very necessary. And I think there is definitely room to trim here. I love the dialogue, I love the voice, but I think we're looping back on a few beats. Like there's a few plot beats that are kind of recurring. Like, the knight is critiquing the crazy wizard, and the crazy wizard is sassing everybody. And so like we've already had that beat in this scene of like the wizard being sassy and silly, and so we don't necessarily need to play it again unless it's important to driving the narrative forward, which I think we're getting to the pace where I think some of the great dialogue is actually you're so talented at dialogue, it's somehow slowing some of the progress of the story, because it is fun just to write clever bantery dialogue, but we still need to progress things. Listen, you might be able to get a single word in. Don't lecture me. Thanks for coming to our aid. I'm most eager to hear how I might repay such a kindness. However, the two of us are suffering from a rather sudden and unique circumstance, proving difficult to get our bearings. Oh, it's not so unique. I have overheard your situation. Given you are newly come to this realm, it is only natural your memories have been sealed. I'm afraid this matter will have to wait, because there's a monster have yet to be slaked. Are you just going to let him keep talking like that? Listen carefully, and I'll teach you ways to protect yourselves. I do like the way you're flipping the... this is something new in this style that I saw at a recent game event, and I was like, oh my gosh, I should have done this in our game! Or you can turn the characters, and they can look and banter like it's so much better this way. And they can move across the screen. We didn't do any of this. Shame on me. But we could have easily, and we didn't because I'm bad. Bad developer, bad. Anyways, listen carefully. That's me. I was talking to myself. Listen carefully, and I'll teach you the ways to protect yourselves. Through these depths are strange. The meeting here is most fortuitous. All right, we're getting into combat. That's actually great. Okay. As you've already discovered, we'll disarm our foes. So, what's the secret, big guy? I'm on the edge of my seat. There's but one way to do battle, and that's with your soul. Excuse me? You must wield against your foes that which they are themselves, a mass of spiritual energy carved from the soul inside you. Such creations are known as Billy Bobs, emblems. Carved from souls? I must warn you that I'm wholly unfamiliar with magic of any kind. If this soul working is the only way to do battle here, then I fear I won't be of much use. You're an ideal candidate, pardon? A strong intent is all that's needed, and your staggering ambition would carve an emblem most fine. I still don't. And it won't work. I assure you it does work. Okay, so again, we're bantering. I kind of just want to get to the battle. Like, I know there's going to be a solution for the reason they can't hit the things. Let's, the banter is fun and silly and good, but it is slowing down your pacing, and I think especially at the beginning of a game, you really have to be absolutely uncompromising with pacing. And I'm being a little more strict in terms of how I'm editing and reviewing this, because I feel like, you know, there's a lot of really good things happening here. So don't get me wrong that I'm nitpicking, but I do, you know, when you are building a game, you must obsess over onboarding. The first 5 minutes of the player experience, that has to be as flawless as any creator can make it, as you can make it with your creative ability. And I do think that there is opportunity to kind of, you know, lean it out and really get me narrative battle, go a little faster, and then give us the context later. Make the cool banter happen in those optional scenes, like if you're in camp and you're talking to someone. Anyways, literal monsters, we have something now! Your souls yield powerful emblems. I will create rudimentary emblems for you. They'll be weaker, but do not worry. The pain will be quick. Wait, what? Do pardon me. You absolute dirtbag. How do you keep doing these impossible things? Let us begin. Emblems. The light of souls now manifests as powerful emblems. Follow Spirit's directions to defeat the hostile souls and continue your journey to the void. So I kind of already knew that. These emblems now... So, like, again, that's verbal doubling. It's stating something we already knew. And you already gave us that great context in dialogue. So I would take a look at trimming that. Before we get into battle, I'm going to take a quick restroom break, and I shall return. Alright. I return. Whew. Alright. Let's get into emblems. These emblems now belong to the three of us. Born from very souls, they're part of us and respond to our wills. Select one to begin your attack. Alright. To forecast your damage. Jim is equal to its level. Oh, attacking and defeating enemies gives your emblem experience. Ooh, level 4. By accumulating through enough, your level will increase. As levels are the source of your damage, naturally you want to gain as many as possible. That's just how numbers work. But it's indeed possible to keep one's comments to oneself. Enemies defeated, the next one will line up immediately to counter you. Ooh, rude. In order to defeat, you must give each emblem time to rest. 1 vitality. Be sure to consider an emblem's current vitality before sending it out to fight, or whether it might be better to let it rest. I've shared all I can. Please proceed. Okay. Yes. I mean, why don't I just attack this one again? Yeah, okay. So that one got busted. So it's sort of just like, do I do 4 or 3 damage on this sequence here? Precise. This guy only does 4 damage, so that's fine. Oh, and then he'll take 3 damage from the next one in the row. Ooh, 16. Stop it. Okay, it's 2 life left. Just need a 3-er. Let's do that. Oh, he does 3 damage, doesn't... That will definitely kill him. Yep. We're gonna do a 4. A 4. Eee! This guy's got a lot of life. It does a lot of damage. We can take that. 4 by 6. 4 by 6. There we go. Let's go. Alright, I like it. It's a nice, simple battle system. Sort of like just managing your attack output. I'm curious to see if there's more stuff coming. That's also one thing I would suggest, is in the tutorial, and I'm not perfect at this in my own game either, is try to give a hint. It's sort of like the hook for your story. You want to give a hook for your game environment as well, and sort of give us a hint of where it can go. Like maybe one of the level up is like, +10 to the next strike you do, or whatever, like insta-kill the next enemy, or take no recoil attack from the next attack. You know, like those types of things. Like, spatter one of those into this beginning combat with you don't have to explain it as heavily either. Just give us a hint. Just say, hey, there's more. Like, you know, I suppose your souls are quite strong. How do I feel? Emblem for time. Easier than I anticipated, though much less particular. I need to think. There's a common response. Techniques feel blah, 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 blah. Because you've done well. Immediate threat has been quelled. We accomplished a respite. I intend for the arrangement to be mutually beneficial. Dreamy. Space between what precisely? World, an immortal void, burdened by judgment, forgotten gap, overrun with disorder. I admit we must find ourselves, and why not recall the circumstances which led us here? Surely must be extraordinary. Such a fate is awaiting all who intrude here. Is in effect deeply weft into the realm of this fabric of reality, measure of self-defense against the uninvited. Have you done this to us, then? Of course not. Simply a way of this world. No person is responsible. So what, then? We're stuck like this? Memory's gone forever? Poof? The fullest of truths. I would also, you know, if you're doing this in Unity or Godot, I mean, I think Godot has a similar one, but there's Text Mesh Pro in Unity. You can make text wiggle, you can make it dance. That's worth doing. No memories have been taken, merely clouded. They would presumably return if you had the power to leave. Oh, yeah? Who's stopping us? Is an infinite wasteland. In its petrified stand, stony fingers have split the earth. These jagged, ever-present spires are the claws of an overseer. Spare me the poetry, please. You're saying whatever's stopping us is under the ground? Yes, the conductor of this wayward destination, the heart, to which all else is anchored. Is it like the heart at the top of Slay the Spire? Ooh. I don't know. I wish to escape. We must find it. The claim this heart is the key to all things that you speak as if it's unknown to you. Do you know this subterranean heart, don't you? That said, we are held at a distance. The veins of foliage grow more infinite under scrutiny. I wish to know more. I need to know more. Intolerable, but the heart side is barred. I'm going to zoom ahead a little bit. I want to try to get to another battle before I summarize my thoughts for this little short video. But, you know, of course, you can ask me more questions on Discord or whatever. Why I have the need, your assistance, putting it aside. Are we supposed to know? Otherwise, okay, great. Answer. I tried Good Spirit. Yeah, we are waffling a little bit. If somebody has to kind of like power through, our presence remove this barrier from your path. Which one? And the three of us can protect each other. Okay, we're gonna be a team. Got it. And we're gonna go to the heart. Got it. Okay, we're traveling together. We're a team. Is there a way to? Yes. Oh, whoops. Alright, I'm ready to fight. Oh, here we go. I just want to do another fight and see if the leveling system's different. Thank you! Humble Weapon and Magic. Most souls we face from here on will have a type, just as we do. These are indicated by the color and the symbol. Weapon, Magic, Spirit. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors. Magic types are strong against spirit types. Yeah, okay. I know, I got it. It's rock, paper, scissors. Okay, great, it shows me too. And then I'm gonna take damage from this dude, who's physical. Probably does more to magic, huh? The one was must subdue magic. Look ahead, be ready for the type that might counter. Yep. The type triangle. Yep. Got it. Rock, paper, scissors. Got it. Okay. Okay. And extra steps, okay. How rare to see one of these battered souls. A dormant soul, dormant enemies have hidden types that will not counter during their first turn. Such opportunities can help one catch up. Behold, if I attack here. The magic's weakness album can follow up and reap the benefits of my... Okay, to make many levels is a trial of courage. No stranger to bravery. Some double edge. They give us a clear advantage over our foes, but at the same time render us disadvantage when the tables have turned. We'll always be getting levels. Let us try to get the Elm to level 5 by the end of this battle. Okay. Got it. Guide. Components type leveling. There's more. Okay. I like this, because that's the thing. I'm a nerd. I like my deck buildies, So what is it? Magic's weak against Spirit, right? That's already level 5. No, that's not going to work if I do that. Oof. I messed up. What is this? Spirit? Magic. Weapon's strong against magic. That does hit pretty hard. Okay, so this beats Spirit, right? Yeah, Magic beats Spirit. I might smack him one more time here. Oh, how did he die? Wait, no. Spirit beats sword? I don't remember. Spirit beats magic. Ooh, sword beats spirit, I hope. Yep. Okay. I think these swords do more damage to it, right? Yeah. So, this is what I want to do. No. No. Wait, what? Sword beats magic. Oh, but that's spirit. What? So then, magic beats spirit. Ow. That's sword. Spirit beats sword. Do I have enough to survive? I do not. It's not a good thing. Well, we're gonna die. Yeah, that's not good. Oh well. We'll see. Yeah, I might be toast here. Sorb. Sorb. Oh, I'm toast. I just lose by the numbers. Oh, I did. I did. And my soul's dead. Yeah, I made a few mistakes there. But anyways, very cool game. What are my thoughts? I like the rock, paper, scissors system. I like the story system. Yeah, the game mechanics feel pretty good, and they actually have a pretty good game feel. Like they're kind of, they thump and have the juicy feeling. I wish there was a little bit more indicators when you were, like, if you're dragging an attack, like, like, if it's gonna be the one that attacks you back, maybe like the top is your effect on it, goes green if you're favorable, and if it's not favorable, it turns red, and if it's reply attack, it's favorable, it's green or red or neutral, right? Like, I think with those rock, paper, scissors things, just doing indicators so that you can just visually see what's going on. I'm a lazy gamer. I don't want to remember all the interactions, and you can just probably get away with it by just, giving the context. I liked the story. Again, I think with a little bit of trimming, it could be really strong. I thought you did a great job on dialogue in a lot of these other pieces. So yeah, well done. Emblems the Sunless Void. Sunless Vow. There you go. I can't read. But anyways, thank you so much for sharing this with me. Great job on the game. I was pleasantly surprised by this one. Excited to see how it continues to evolve. Have a great night, and ta-ta for now.